of Baby and Child Care. First published and finally in 1789. There was this. By the way, those the lyrics to La Marseillaise, a bit bloodier than you expect from a national anthem. If you've ever read them.
Yes,
watering our fields with the blood of our enemies.
Yes, I explained the meaning to somebody. Oh, wow, beautiful national anthem. I really want to know what they're really saying.
Well, because you sing it in French, you don't expect that kind of that kind of aggression. But yes, on this day, 1789, the French Revolution officially begins when Parisians stormed the Bastille prison and released the prisoners that were inside. The Bastille was a medieval fortress of Paris, which had often held people jailed on the basis of arbitrary royal indictments that could not be appealed. Besides holding large caches of ammunition and gunpowder, the Bastille had been known for holding political prisoners, whose writings had displeased the royal government and was thus a symbol of the absolutism of the monarchy. As it happened, at the time of the attack, there were only 7 men inside, none of any great political significance, and the expense of maintaining a garrison to guard 7 men was such that the crown was actually planning to close the Bastille. All in all, 98 citizens and 1 soldier would die in the attack. 5 more soldiers murdered after they surrendered. That is Bastille Day. Today, July 14th, 1789. That is Old Back History, and I'm Don Lynn.
Let's throw it over to Rob Adams, who's taking a look back on this day in sports history. I know there is a milestone that I can talk a little bit about.
Okay, because I'm fairly thin on sports history, so maybe you've got something that I don't. Now, I did not know this. 1951, the first sports event to be shown in color was on CBS TV. It was the Molly Pitcher Handicap at Oceanport, New Jersey, which has nothing to do with the Molly Pitcher rest area on the New Jersey Turnpike.
Well, they're both named after Molly Pitcher.
Well, yes, that's true. There's your common theme.
There are Kenny Rogers Roasters in one of either of those places? There's a Sbarro, I know that.
There might have been a Roy Rogers and maybe a Bob's Big Boy, depending on the time. Or, most importantly, and my personal favorite, Howard Johnson's. A moment of silence. Thank you. I don't know which exit the Molly Pitcher is, but anyway, because that's how you determine things in New Jersey.
Well, it's the second one, right? Lombardi is the first one?
I thought Molly Pitcher
was
was
further down.
Further
I think
down.
It's almost to Philadelphia.
That's right. Yes, it is. Okay.
Yeah. Now, Vince Lombardi is the first one. I remember when the Vince Lombardi actually had some artifacts in there. Used to have some stuff from Lombardi's career that's since all been removed. Anyway, that's way more than we needed to know about rest areas on the Jersey Turnpike, and we didn't even get around to talking about The Sopranos. Anyway, it was on this day in 1967 that Eddie Matthews, then playing with the Houston Astros, of course played with the Braves forever, he hit his 500th career home run. 1 year later, his old teammate Hank Aaron, who would go on and set the career record at 755 until, of course, Barry Bonds, Hank Aaron hit his 500th career home run while playing for the Atlanta Braves. 1970, President Nixon threw out the first ball at the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. The All-Star Game was postponed in 1981 thanks to the strike, and young Rob Adams, furious in his little Mayapack home with his baseball footy pajamas on. The game was held on August 9th. I was not wearing footy pajamas by 1981. And that is about it. It is not a big day, at least on my end. Do you have something else, JK?
The final USFL championship game held on this
Correct.
date 30 years ago.
So it was the day after Live Aid.
Yeah, Live Aid. Yes, it was. The day
Live
after
Aid was
Live
Saturday.
Sunday was the USFL championship. Great game held at Giant Stadium at the Meadowlands.
Right.
28-24. The then Baltimore Stars, having moved from Philadelphia, beat the Oakland Invaders. I was there. Great game.
And the quarterback for the Stars was?
I know.
I do too. Anyone?
I don't.
Go for it, JK.
Chuck Fusey.
The great Chuck Fusey.
Who was quarterback for the Invaders?
Oh, that's a great question. By that point, who was quarterback for the Invaders? Go for it.
I think it was Haybear.
You know, it might have been because they merged, didn't they?
Yes, because he threw the last pass in USFL history in that game.
Andrew Frattaroli is going to do sports. I will take a look into that game.
I missed the USFL. Let's throw
That
it
was
to
fun.
Well, for more timely sports, let's throw it to Andrew for Ed Roll.
Thanks, John. Well, we got 3 different levels of baseball going on today in your sports update. So we're going to go in order of age, starting with the youngest. The Weston Little League 11-12-year-old All-Star team defeated Stanford National 17-4 on 20 hits to advance to the losers bracket final against Richfield on Wednesday. The winner of that game will play undefeated Stanford North in the championship game on Friday. So that's a big deal for Weston Little League. Now on to American Legion Ball. The state tournament is finally, the 5 teams from 19U are starting to work themselves out. Stanford, Greenwich, and Trumbull all have designated spots. The 4 and 5 spot are still up for grabs. So yesterday in 19U action, we had Stanford take on Richfield and won 4-2. Westport took on Wilton and won 3-2, and Greenwich toppled Trumbull 2-1. 17U action, we had Darien New Canaan beat Norwalk 5-4. Wilton shut out Greenwich 3-0. Fairfield took on Westport in a good game, 6-3. Fairfield winning that one, and Bridgeport beating Ridgefield 6-5. Your 19U action tonight, July 14th. Bridgeport and Wilton will face off at Wilton High School 5:30. Darien New Canaan Norwalk once again 5:30 p.m. at City Hall Annex. Stanford Westport 5:45 Staples High School. Ridgefield and Trumbull 7:45 at Trumbull High School. Your 17U action tonight. Fairfield and Darien New Canaan 5:30 Darien High School. Greenwich Norwalk 5:30 Robin Middle School. Ridgefield and Stanford 5:30 at Cubetta. Trumbull Bridgeport 5:30 Seaside Park Diamond No. 1. And Westport Wilton 8 o'clock Wilton High School. That's for American Legion Ball. On to some professional minor league. Obviously, Bridgeport Bluefish. The Bluefish lost yesterday to the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs and will look to redeem themselves tonight as they face off again for the 2nd game of this 4-game series. And I actually have something that's not baseball related for the first time in a long time. Over the weekend, UCAN hosted the 7th annual Rip It 7-on-7 tournament, which my team Salmons did participate in. 36 teams participated in this 2-day event, and at the end of the double elimination tournament, Grand Street High School from Brooklyn won their 2nd straight championship as they won this event last year as well. That's all I've got for now with sports. Andrew Frateroli, coffee break time 11:25.
Thank you, Andrew. Just one quick story before we go to break. A Maine poultry company that sells products to retailers, including Stop and Shop, has recalled more than 1.7 million pounds of frozen chicken over salmonella concerns. These products were made by Barber Foods of Portland, Maine. Several products being recalled. The chicken was produced between February 27th and May 20th, distributed throughout the U.S. and Canada. Stop and Shop is pulling several items supplied by Barber Foods from its shelves, and customers who have these items can return them to the store for a full refund.
All right, well, it is 11:26. We're going to take a quick break here on Coffee Break, presented by Stratford Orthodontics. When we come back, we're going to talk with Mary Swansinger of Griffin Hospital, here to discuss managing diabetes. We'll be back in just a minute.
You want to push this chair out of the way?
No, we got to guess.
Oh, I didn't know okay, yeah, sure. I had actually found the last moments of the '85 USFL Championship.
Yeah, bring her in.
Yo.
How are you? All right, we're going to need another chair.
No, I'm the escort.
He's just gonna
Hang on.
Yes.
This is Mary Swanson. Hi.
Nice to meet you, Mary. How do you pronounce it?
Swansinger.
Swansinger.
Hi.
John Kovach. Nice to meet you. Have a seat. Have the mic as close to you. And we're in a commercial break right now. When we come out of that, we'll talk about the diabetes self-management.
All things diabetes. She's an expert. All right. Feel free.
Are you going to be part of
the question on everyone's mind is, has Wilford Brimley been mispronouncing it for 20 years now?
Anthony Brigman, he says diabetes.
Diabetes.
You've never heard that? How's that possible?
Diabetes.
Are you going to be in the chair too?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm standing up to rearrange my earphones.
Okay. I'll leave all three on the camera. Yeah, we're limited with cameras today.
The wine shop.
Here's a bunch
It's
of
just
YouTube
gonna be a
videos
wide
with him
shot.
saying diabetes.
Diabetes. It's always like B, capital
Yep.
E-E-T-U-S.
Will you be able to record this anyway?
Oh yeah, we're getting it on video.
Okay.
Do we have video up now, by the way? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, we do.
Yep. Although I only have one
Really?
wide
'Cause I'm
shot.
getting a placard.
Yeah, it's should be coming up here.
All I'm getting is the coming up next placard. Maybe it's me.
Okay. Yeah. He wanted me to wait till the commercials
Yeah, it's
are
gone,
over.
or yeah, it's working.
Oh no, it's working.
All right, so let's bring it in with the guest.
All right.
Alright, you wanna bring us in?
I can.
Excellent.
I'll just.
Note to self.
He wanted me to
Fix
do
nay
that.
on the Ilford Way.
Exactly.
Inlay Bray. Question.
Did you already bring
She
the
knows
video?
now. She
the
knows
videos
now.
in?
Diabetes.
Oh, for the. You know what? I don't think I do. Is that something Don sent me? Like I don't have those, Rob. Were there for the guests? There's videos.
No.
Oh, the
No,
history.
but we're on.
Yeah.
We're streaming.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just a white screen right now.
Okay, gotcha. So why don't I
And then when-
count, maybe I'll count you in?
Sure.
Okay.
Bless you. You told me to do it that way.
15 seconds.
All right.
The Darien Times, now in print and online. Don't miss a single issue. Subscribe today.
You're listening to Hersam Acorn Radio.
And we've got video in 3, 2, 1. Over to the guys.
Welcome back to your coffee break, presented by Stratford Orthodontics on HANradio.com, streaming on the Hersam Acorn Network. John Kovach with Donald Eng, Rob Adams, Andrew Frateroli, Joe Forlano on the controls. We are joined right now by Mary Swansiger. She is an RN, and she is a member of the Griffin Hospital Community Outreach and Valley Parish Nursing. You are also a certified diabetes educator and coordinator of the Diabetes Education and Support Group.
That's correct.
You've got a program coming up about how to manage your diabetes should you have it. Can you tell us about that?
That's correct. It starts this evening. It's called the Diabetes Self-Management Workshop. It's a 6-week program. It's 2.5 hours each session. So it starts tonight, the 14th, and it ends August 18th, 6:30 to 9 p.m. at Griffin Hospital. So we cover everything related to diabetes. It's a self-management workshop, and it's evidence-based. It was created at Stanford University in California. And basically, it covers everything that someone with diabetes needs to know. We talk about probably the most important thing and the most confusing for people is healthy eating, meal planning, counting carbs, looking at nutrition labels and figuring that all out, because that can be very confusing for people. We spend a portion of the first 4 sessions on nutrition. So we cover a lot of their questions. We also talk about physical activity and how important that is in managing their diabetes. We also talk about monitoring their blood sugars and what those numbers mean. What's normal, what's high, what's low. How can we keep it more on an even keel and avoid those extreme numbers? And what to do if it is too low and they have hypoglycemic symptoms. What types of remedy food should they have on hand? We also talk about sick day guidelines, what to do when they're sick and their blood sugars tend to be more out of control when they're not feeling well. So what to do about that. Working with their healthcare provider is also very important because, it's not just them. They're part of a whole team, a caretaking team. And this not only affects them, but it affects the family too. So we not only invite the person with diabetes, but also their close family members, because they don't live in a vacuum. When someone has diabetes, it basically affects the whole family. We also talk about medications, stress management, all kinds of action plans is another big thing.
What kind of symptoms should someone look for if they fear they may be diabetic?
The symptoms are very subtle. They come on very gradually, so they might not even know that they have diabetes. There's typically increased thirst, increased hunger, increased urination, but those don't typically happen unless the sugars are very out of control and they've had it for a while. So I think the best thing to do is that people should have their annual checkup and have their fasting blood sugar done. And if they're at risk for developing diabetes, if they're over 40, if they're overweight, if they have a family history of diabetes or a history of gestational diabetes, that's when a woman has diabetes during pregnancy. Any of those things, that puts them at greater risk for developing diabetes. Also, if they have high cholesterol and high blood pressure as well, the three conditions tend to come along together. They call it metabolic syndrome. So if any of those conditions are present, they really should be tested for diabetes.
Right. Now, it sounds like this workshop focuses mostly on type 2, because that presumably,
It's mostly for type 2. And also if people have pre-diabetes, that's the condition that comes before diabetes, they're also welcome to attend, because it would be very helpful to them in preventing them from developing full-blown diabetes.
Okay. And how can... And you just mentioned on preventing the onset of type 2 diabetes. Now, what can someone do to avoid getting contracting it in the first place?
If it runs in the family, the best thing for them to do, you can't control your genetics, but the best thing you can do is keep your weight down. Keep it at your ideal weight. And even if someone is overweight, if they, lost a few pounds, that would be tremendous in helping delay the onset of diabetes. And studies have shown, even a 5 to 7% weight loss would be beneficial in preventing diabetes.
And what are the dangers in leaving it untreated?
There's a lot of complications that diabetes can lead to if it goes untreated or not treated well enough. And they include blindness, lower limb amputation, retinopathy, kidney failure, heart disease, stroke. So the list goes on and on. Basically, it affects every part of your body.
So the workshop meets Tuesdays, 6:30 to 9 p.m. from tonight through August 18th.
Yes, and they have to register.
Still time to do that?
There's still time. We have a few spots left, so they can call me. The number is 203-732-1137. They can call to register, or if the timing of this one doesn't meet their needs, they can always go on Griffin's website, griffinhealth.org, for future classes, because we're always running them.
I was going to say, how often do you offer the Live Well Diabetes Self-Management Workshop?
Very often. We started these programs last January, and I think this is the 12th workshop that I'm running. So it's fairly often.
Regularly.
It's very regular, yes. Yes. And we run them during the day and also during the evening, so to meet the needs of the people.
I've seen a few instances where getting together with people who are undergoing a similar procedure or might have a similar ailment, that getting together kind of helps them feel better about going through with it and managing it. Do you find that with the Live Well Diabetes Self-Management Workshop?
Definitely, definitely. I think they feel that they learn that they're not alone, in handling this condition. It's so common, and it's a safe place for them to talk about it, And this program is very interactive. It's not just me talking the whole 2.5 hours. It's very interactive. People participate, and they help each other.
And it meets at the hospital?
Yes, yes. This one meets at the hospital. We've had programs at other places, at churches, at community centers, at doctor's offices. If I can get a group together, at least 10 people, I could pretty much hold the group anywhere. It's very, very portable.
Right. And I just wanted to mention, you had mentioned that some of the other programs that Griffin offers, I'm just looking at some of this information here. There's also Live Well, chronic disease management, depression, heart disease, arthritis, pain and anxiety. So it's a fairly comprehensive outreach to the community that is happening here.
Yes, definitely. We run a number of programs. The chronic disease program works well. It's really beneficial for anybody with any chronic disease, like you mentioned, anxiety, depression, heart disease, cancer, pretty much anything. And there's a lot of commonalities with the different ailments and conditions and what they're dealing with. So that's what we talk about. And then the diabetes one is, it's got a life of its own. And there's just so many more specifics with managing diabetes. That's why there's a separate program for that.
Is it more prevalent today than it was 10 years ago?
Diabetes, oh yeah. It's becoming more and more widespread. People as a whole, us Americans, were getting heavier and heavier. They even coined a new term, diabesity. And they even changed the names of diabetes. When I was in school, we had juvenile onset diabetes and we had adult onset diabetes. But now, younger and younger people are developing what used to be adult onset diabetes. So they actually changed the names to type 1 and type 2 diabetes.
Fascinating how it's changed and how it's a reflection of the lifestyle. Okay, so that group starts tonight, 6-week program.
And it's free. I didn't tell you it's free.
It is free.
Best part?
Website they can go to for information?
griffinhealth.org.
And that is the Live Well Diabetes Self-Management Workshop. Mary Swansiger from Griffin Hospital, thanks for joining us on Coffee Break. We will be right back with more of the day's news.
Confident smiles begin at Stratford Orthodontics. Conveniently located on Main Street, we are Stratford's hometown orthodontist. We offer the latest in orthodontic technology, including Damon braces and Invisalign. We always accept new patients. Call today to schedule a complimentary consultation. 203-375-8332. Stratford Orthodontics, 2499 Main Street, Stratford. 203-375-8332 and online at stratfordsmile.com.
Did you know that taking dance lessons is a great date night idea? Arthur Murray Grand Ballroom of Greenwich is a fabulous place to learn to dance and meet new people. Located at 6 Lewis Street, our studio is staffed with professional instructors ready to teach you salsa, waltz, rumba, hustle, tango. There's a dance for every season. And we are rated #1 on the Knot.com. We are the wedding dance specialists. Take advantage of our new student offer, only $49. Call 203-769-1800. Visit us online at arthurmurraygreenwich.com.
It's grilling season, and Walter Stewart's Market is your local destination for the finest grill-ready certified Angus beef strip steaks, skirt steaks, 100% grass-fed ribeyes, all-natural pork ribs, Arthur Ave-style kebabs, fresh-cut veggies, delicious grab-and-go salads, chilled rosé wine, and ice-cold craft brews right next door. Walter Stewart's, your fresh local market. 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, and shop online for groceries and wine delivered to your door at stewartsmarket.com.
It's easy to advertise on hanradio.com, reach 263,000 listeners each month with our sports programming and talk programming. Call Mary Ann Hersam at 203-417-5199.
August means tennis in Connecticut, and the top players are going to be at the Connecticut Open, presented by United Technologies. Live music, food trucks, plus the superstars of women's tennis and the men's Legends event, presented by the Power Shares Series, August 21st through the 29th. Get your tickets at ctopen.org.
Hersam Acorn and hanradio.com.
Back here on Coffee Break, it is 11:41, and it's time for another look at traffic and weather with Rob Adams.
That would be me. Hi, everyone. We check back in with your traffic update. You've got road work in Waterford, 95 northbound before exit 82A. An accident on 84 eastbound, in Plainville beyond exit 35. Road work New Britain, 72 westbound at the start of the expressway. Road work in Naugatuck on Route 8 southbound at exit 27, and delays throughout Waterbury in the area of exits 23 to 25, 25A. That's due to the construction they're doing out there to tear down some superstructure and expand the road work out there. As for your weather, mostly cloudy, scattered showers and thunderstorms, highs in the low 80s. Mostly cloudy tonight, slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the evening, then showers likely with a chance of thunderstorms after midnight, and patchy fog as well, humid, lows in the upper 60s. Showers likely tomorrow, patchy fog, humid, highs in the lower 80s, more The same looking into tomorrow night, 59 for the low, sunny and 78 on Thursday, sunny and 80 on Friday, sunny and 80 on Sunday and Saturday. It's all the same. Right now, here in Shelton, don't get into the specifics. Let's not get hammered down here. Anyway, they're not giving me a temperature, so it's just the whole computer's falling apart on me over here.
It's muggy.
It's muggy. Go with that. And I'm just looking at a spinning wheel. Coffee break time. I'm going to find a hug. It's 11:43.
Thanks. Andrew Frateroli joining us for a quick sports update.
Thanks, John. Let's start with Little League baseball action. The Weston Little League 11-12-year-old All-Star team defeated Stanford National 7-4 on 20 hits and advanced to the losers bracket final against Ridgefield on Wednesday. The winner of that game will play undefeated Stanford North, who are 6-0, in the championship game on Friday. Now on to American Legion Ball, Zone 4 action. 19U last night, Stanford took on Ridgefield and won 4-2. Westport took on Wilton, won 3-2. And Greenwich topped Trumbull 2-1. 17U action yesterday. Darien New Canaan topped Norwalk 5-4. Wilton knocked off Greenwich 3-0. Fairfield beat Westport 6-3. Bridgeport beat Ridgefield 6-5. Tonight, your 19U action: Bridgeport Wilton 5:30 Wilton High School. Darien New Canaan and Norwalk once again 5:30 City Hall. Annex, sorry, not City Hall. Stanford and Westport, 5:45 at Staples High School. Ridgefield and Trumbull, 7:45 at Trumbull High School. 17U action tonight. Fairfield and Darien New Canaan, 5:30 at Darien High School. Greenwich Norwalk, 5:30 Rowan Middle School. Ridgefield and Stanford, 5:30 at Cubetta. Trumbull Bridgeport, 5:30 Seaside Park, Diamond number 1. Westport Wilton, 8 o'clock Wilton High School. Now on to minor league ball. The Bluefish lost yesterday to the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs and will look to redeem themselves as they face off again tonight for the second game of this 4-game series. And finally, over the weekend, New Canaan hosted the 7th annual Grip It and Rip It 7-on-7 football tournament. 36 teams participated in this 2-day event, and at the end of the double elimination tournament, Grand Street High School from Brooklyn won their second straight championship as they won this event last year as well. With sports, I'm Andrew Frateroli. Coffee break time, 11:45.
Thanks, Andrew. Let's not leave a job undone. Rob, the temperature is?
Thank you, John. Very happy to be back with you. It is 73 degrees. Coffee break time, 11:45.
Thanks, Rob. A Ridgefield doctor will spend 3 months in jail, then 3 years on supervised release for his role in healthcare fraud. 46-year-old David Lester Johnson will spend the first 3 months after his release in home confinement. He must also perform 150 hours of community service and pay $172,950 in restitution. Johnson is an osteopathic physician who operates Osteopathic Wellness Center in Ridgefield. On January 16th, he pleaded guilty to 1 count of healthcare fraud and admitted he engaged in a scheme to defraud several private health insurance companies by submitting claims for evaluation and office visits that he did not perform and by misrepresenting the nature of the services that were performed. Johnson has been excluded from participation in all federal health care programs for 5 years as part of a settlement. Coffee break time's 11:46.
New Canaan Police Captain Vincent DeMeo told the New Canaan Advertiser there were more than 20 vehicle thefts during the nights of July 7th through the 9th, including 2 incidents on Carter Street and on Canoe Hill Road in which vehicle windows were smashed to steal items. More than $7,500 in cash and valuables were taken all told. One vehicle, a 2006 Range Rover, was stolen from a Ponus Ridge Road residence after the owner left the keys in it. It was recovered in Waterbury with 19-year-old Kenneth Hoffler arrested. He has not cooperated with police. DeMeo said police feel that gangs have been coming to New Canaan to commit crimes at night, targeting cars. And I think we have some audio to go with that.
Yes, we do. Hang on just a moment, guys. I was not prepared for that one, so this is on me. We've got the audio, and it is here.
Should New Canaan residents be thinking that their town's being targeted by outsiders specifically?
I wouldn't say that. I would say that, it's just a matter of taking some precautions to try and lessen your vulnerability to these types of crimes. Again, parking, in locking your vehicle, parking in well areas. If you have a garage, park it in the garage. If you have to leave, if you have valuables in the car, either keep them in the trunk or take them inside. And I think that it just happened to be that was one night, and really we haven't seen any activity past that. We have our patrols obviously out all the time looking for strange vehicles, out-of-town vehicles, anything that looks suspicious. We would also ask that if any residents see anything that looks out of the ordinary and looks suspicious, please give us a call. It's not an imposition on us. That's what we're here for. So see something, say something. Call it in. We'll send a car out. If it's nothing, it's nothing. Our officers will make contact with us, say it's legitimate and it's fine. These are the things that help us build, our knowledge base of what's going on and who's operating in the town, and it makes it a little easier for us to keep it safe and do our investigations.
All right, that was New Canaan Police Captain Vincent DeMeo warning residents not to leave valuables in their cars and also to lock their cars and not leave their keys inside them because of some activity in town with cars being broken into. Coffee break time, 11:48.
Don Milford police arrested a Bridgeport woman on July 10th after they say she was found attempting to inject heroin in the restroom of the Devon McDonald's restaurant. Police say 32-year-old Alicia Crisciullo was found with a syringe filled with heroin while inside the restaurant's restroom. While being placed under arrest, they say Crisciullo fought with officers. She was later found with a pill bottle containing Xanax for which she did not have a prescription. Police say a computer check showed there was an active warrant for her arrest for failure to appear in court June 3rd in Bridgeport. Crisciullo is charged with possession of narcotics, possession of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, and resisting arrest. She was being held on a $2,500 bond. Coffee break time coming up on 11:50.
And staying in Milford, police arrested a New Haven man for punching a bowling alley manager in the face during a dispute July 11th. Police say they took custody of 56-year-old Malik Muhammad of New Haven after they responded to the area of the AMF bowling alley on the report of an assault on an employee. Investigation led to the arrest of Muhammad, who was found behind a local motel. After the incident, he is charged with third-degree assault and breach of peace. He was released on a promise to appear in court August 4th.
Staying in Milford, a Milford man was arrested on a warrant Sunday for allegedly firing a gun outside his Warfield Street residence last July. Police charged 55-year-old Stephen Blaisdell of Warfield Street with unlawful discharge of a firearm, breach of peace, and reckless endangerment. Police said that when Blaisdell fired his gun outside his home on July 9, 2014, neighbors became concerned for his well-being. He was being held on a $10,000 bond, according to Milford Police. 11:50 on your coffee break. Take a quick check of the roads, and it's clouding up. I can see Rob outside our Shelton studio.
That it is as we look outside, but we start with the traffic delays. Waterford 95 northbound at exit 81. Road work in Waterford as well at exit 82A. So you've got all that out in that area. An accident in Plainville 84 eastbound beyond exit 35. Road work in New Britain 72 westbound. You've got road work in Naugatuck on Route 8 south at exit 27, and Waterbury delays throughout that area on 84. So keep an eye out for that. Weather today, I will already tell you, it is 73 degrees because I'm not taking the chance of the computer locking back up on me. But a mostly cloudy day, scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms this morning, then scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. More of the same tonight with a low of 70. Tomorrow, 82 will be your high. Showers likely, a chance of thunderstorms, patchy fog in the morning. More of the same at night with a low of 59 as we drop back down. 76 and sunny for Thursday, 80 and sunny for Friday, 80 and sunny for Saturday. And he won't botch it this time. Partly sunny, chance of showers, thunderstorms, highs in the low 80s, 84 in fact, the high, for Sunday. So I did ultimately botch it. 73 in Shelton. Rob needs lunch. Coffee break time, 11:52.
We talked earlier about the naked man in West Haven who held up traffic during rush hour this morning.
You're looking at me or the camera?
I'm looking at the camera and you because they're kind of close to each other.
I was afraid of where this was going.
Well, but we often talk about it being National Donut Day, or it is National Nude Day.
Is it really?
Maybe he was celebrating.
Maybe there may be something that, as nuts as that is to say, maybe I don't know.
Well, I was just going to comment that that those Milford neighbors of the guy that they arrested were some very civic-minded folks. So he's firing a gun outside his house, and they became concerned for his safety, not for their own safety, mind you. They were concerned for his safety. So that's
that is true.
That's some good neighbors in Milford.
That's it. That is it. In other news, Bridgeport Mayor Bill Finch and Bridgeport Police Chief Joseph L. Godet Jr. are scheduled to announce the Park City's latest gun buyback program this morning. Bridgeport Police will offer up to $200 for a working handgun. Those turning in rifles will receive up to $100. A weapon determined to be an assault rifle will be eligible for up to $400. The department has a no questions asked policy in this gun buyback program that will allow people to anonymously surrender weapons without fear of being prosecuted for illegal gun possession. BB guns and non-working guns will be accepted but will not be eligible for cash payment. Gun dealers are not eligible to participate in this program. During the most recent gun buyback program, which began in 2012, one of the first weapons Bridgeport authorities say was turned in was an AR-15 assault rifle, which they say was the same type of weapon used in the Newtown shooting. Police said they also received a street sweeper, which is a 12-round revolver-style shotgun. Godet called those guns turned in during 2012 weapons of war. A few rules: firearms must be delivered unloaded. They must be in a clear plastic bag inside another container, such as a gym bag or backpack. If you're surrendering ammunition in addition to a firearm, the ammunition must be delivered in a separate bag. If you're transporting the firearm in a vehicle, the firearm must be transported in the trunk of the car, and after the firearm is screened by officers and determined to be working, cash or a gift card will be given to those who surrender them.
So any drug dealers out there looking to get rid of their burners, no questions asked.
Correct.
Maureen Hickey is Milford's first female firefighter. The 27-year-old Hickey, who you can read about her at milfordmirror.com, she was hired in January, and she is a probationary firefighter, meaning she has not yet received a permanent assignment. She will work detail, learning the different stations, apparatus, and areas of the city until her probationary period ends January 26th of next year. That is actually 1 year from her hire date. You can read more about her at milfordmirror.com.
A couple of restaurant closings breaking this morning. The Western Forum, Patty Gay reporting that the Red Barn, which has been in operation for more than 50 years and was restored by the Nistico family in 1983, has closed. It's located at 292 Wilton Road in Westport, visible from the Merritt Parkway. You could always see it. Said the Red Barn on it, looked like a red barn. The website announces a official closing and thanks those who went for patronage and support. And in Bridgeport, Vialli's on Fairfield Avenue in Black Rock announced on social media that it is closing its doors. Coffee break time coming up on 11:57.
The Fairfield University Bookstore is hosting an all-day readathon today to celebrate the release of Harper Lee's new novel, Go Set a Watchman. Up until 6 o'clock this evening, readers will spend 20 to 30 minutes reading a few pages from the book. Originally written in the mid-1950s, Go Set a Watchman was the novel Harper Lee first submitted to her publishers before To Kill a Mockingbird. Assumed to have been lost, the manuscript was rediscovered in late 2014. Go Set a Watchman features many of the characters from To Kill a Mockingbird some 20 years later. Returning home to Macomb to visit her father, Jean-Louise Finch, Scout, struggles with issues both personal and political involving Atticus, society, and the small Alabama town that shaped her. So Go Set a Watchman, released today, and celebrating that at the Fairfield University Bookstore. Coffee break time, 11:56.
Got some interesting video that was sent to us from our Ridgefield paper. This was an incident on Friday near the town's transfer station. Driver was hospitalized, but not seriously injured. Are we going to be able to cue that up, guys?
I've got the audio ready over here, and I think Joe is working on it. He's got it, so
this is video by Mac Reed, voiceover by Jake Cara of the Ridgefield Press.
Ready, Joe? Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
A dump truck overturned Friday, July 10th, near the transfer station on South Street. The road was closed while the DEEP investigated, and wreckers were brought in to right the truck.
Driver was reportedly given a citation after the truck got hung up in power lines and then slowly toppled over. Witnesses told Mac Reed of the Ridgefield Press a utility pole was broken. The road was closed for a little less than 3 hours, and the DEEP responded because 5 gallons of diesel fuel was spilled. Your coffee break time's coming up on 11:59, Don.
In Darien, a woman was arrested Thursday night, July 9th, after allegedly refusing twice to leave a bar, according to police. Notably, police said the woman claimed the run-in at the bar was race-related. The incident took place at the Darien Social Bar and Restaurant at 10 Center Street. A bartender there called police at 11:15 to report he'd asked a patron to leave after a verbal argument, and she wouldn't. The bartender determined the woman was intoxicated and cut her off from being served anymore, police said. The woman then became irate and began yelling profanities, calling the bartender derogatory names, according to the police. During the exchange, the woman, in full view of other patrons in the bar, allegedly reached over and grabbed the bartender's shirt. The bartender said he again tried to get the woman to leave, and when she refused, he called police. Officers arrived and reported they found the woman, Edith Clark, 51 years old, of 49 Mansfield Ave, outside the back of the Darien Social. Clark was uncooperative, according to police, and was arrested and charged with breach of peace. She was released on a promise to appear in court July 22nd. Police said Clark claimed it was her impression the bartender had refused to serve her because she had come in with 4 African-American male friends. Officers said it is unknown if Clark, who is white, had entered in the group of 5 people that she described or not. Coffee break time, 11:59.
Let's take one last check of the weather and see if there's anything major on the roads before we wrap up your coffee break and get you back to work.
Got it right over here. Mostly cloudy, scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms this morning. Starting to look like we may get something as it gets a little cloudier outside. Scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, with thunderstorms possibly producing heavy rainfall this afternoon. Highs in the lower 80s. 70 is your low tonight, with more of the same. Showers, thunderstorms, and so on, with patchy fog after midnight. Humid as well. More of the same tomorrow. Showers likely, thunderstorms, patchy fog, humid, low 80s. Mostly cloudy, chance of showers and thunderstorms in the evening for Wednesday night. 59 will be the low. Sunny in upper 70s for Thursday, sunny in 80 for Friday. Mostly sunny, highs around 80 for Saturday, and partly sunny with a chance of showers for Sunday. 84 will be the high. 74 in Shelton as we prepare to say goodbye. Not much has changed on the road, so John and Don, that will do it.
We'll be back with Nutmeg Sports. You will specifically at 2 o'clock.
Sounds good.
All right, that's going to do it for your coffee break. For Don Eng, Rob Adams, Andrew Frateroli, Joe Forlano, AJ Seminowski, Eric Gendron, executive producer Marty Hersam. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back with Nutmeg Sports at 2. Coffee break tomorrow at 11.
Hersam Acorn and HANradio.com. The leader in local news, sports, arts, and entertainment in southwestern Connecticut.
Want to get in touch with HAN Radio? You can find us on Twitter at Hersam Radio, on Facebook at Hersam Acorn Radio,